What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to the Spike Feeders, but not in Winnipeg.
This isn't Jim's basement, is it?
Sure isn't. And today we're playing with some lovely guests. Say hi to our guests.
Hello.
Hi.
There we go. Yeah, we got Graham and Kathleen from Loady Ready Run today. We're going to be playing our favorite Precons. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about my favorite company. That's GameGenic. They pay for these playmats, for these sleeves, for these deck boxes, for everything you need to have a great time playing Magic the Gathering. So if you want to go check them out, head down to your local game store and ask nicely for the GameGenic products. If they don't have them, ask nicely if they can get them in. You know, they do that sometimes. You know, if you ask a business what you want, sometimes they go get it. It happens.
Call Aaron. Aaron will take care of it for you.
It's
I've
true.
Told this. Yeah.
Yeah, what's his number again?
204.
Yeah, we can't do that. Anyway, we also just want to thank Burrito Splendido. They didn't feed the Spikes today, but they made it so I could get into the airplane and get over here. So thanks to Burrito Splendido. If you're near one of these 5 locations in Winnipeg, go check them out.
Next time you come to Victoria, you got to bring some burritos.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll talk to our sponsors about that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how well the chorizo will make the flight, but if we can make it happen,
Well
Just
enough.
bring it in one of them carriers that they have organs in, because those are designed to keep things fresh.
burritos, organs, basically the same thing.
Yeah, if that Chicago place can ship deep dish pizzas across the country, I'm sure we can figure out how to get a burrito on a 3-hour flight.
Absolutely.
They stick a kidney in all sorts of people after they've been on planes, so I can put a burrito in my body.
Well, speaking of kidneys, I'm playing Faldorn Dreadwolf Herald, and she's coming after your kidneys because she has so many wolves. All I have to do is cast some things from an exile zone, whether it's one I've made or one that just happens to exist, and I get extra wolf tokens. So through incremental advantage, I hope to be able to kill all my friends.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I also care about kidneys, or, well, I mean, I guess in an esoteric kind of sense. My commanders are Gisa and Geralf, which I have picked because I personally like them as characters. They're really funny in the fiction, and they care all about zombies. I should get my commander out and read it, because I'm maybe not as familiar with the deck, but I'm certainly familiar with these people in web fiction. Gisa and Geralf are 2 black, blue, and they say, when Gisa and Geralf enter the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Mill. And then once during each of your turns, you may cast a zombie creature spell from your graveyard. There are 4 for 4. That's a big square creature. Very fair.
Yeah, totally fair. Just like my commander and deck, the wise Mothman. The Spikes asked us to bring
T-wise.
our favorite precon, and I don't know if it's my favorite. It's hard to choose, but I am a big fan of Fallout, and the Mothman is great. And most importantly, I just think the counters are so rad. I really like rad counters. I think from a design perspective, like mechanically, I think they're really, really cool. And I'm excited to give everyone radiation poisoning. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's the flavor of the deck, I suppose. Mothman.
Well, I mean, I think Mothman is Phil's favorite. Shout out to Phil, our editor. I'm Jan, and I'm playing Abaddon, the Despoiler. It's from the Warhammer 40k decks. I've recently fallen back down that rabbit hole, so RIP my wallet.
I'm so sorry.
But he is a Grixis, which I love to play. He feels like he should be a demon, but he's an Astartes warrior. 5/5 with trample for 7. That's it. There's no other things. Oh, there's more. Hang on. During your turn, my turn, spells I cast from my hand with mana value X or less have Cascade, where X is the amount of life my opponents have lost this turn. So a lot of second main phase. I'm gonna hit you with my 5/5. Let's Cascade my deck away. Lots of big demons.
Well,
But, yeah.
let's get into it because we should crack in to our game-changing Sidekick Bros. Well, I'm going to kick us off and draw a card. Oh, isn't it great? We'll play a Forest's Land for turn and a Soul Ring.
What?
And we'll pass.
A powerful start.
Indeed.
Yeah, I concede.
Well, you know, I'm going to play the best card in Legacy. It's a basic island. Go ahead.
I will draw, and I'm going to play a Temple of Deceit, the former Vault Tech Industries, and I will scry 1. No, that card costs 12 mana, so it's going on the bottom of the library.
No blood for the Blood God today?
No.
I don't think that's in this deck. It's in this deck.
It's in your...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna draw.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, can I draw Soul Ring? Can I be as good as Alex?
Blood for the Blood God?
Nope.
Darn.
I will also play the best card in Legacy Island. Go.
Right on.
I'm afraid.
I'm going to untap, upkeep, draw. Well, I don't know about Legacy, but it's my favorite card in this deck. We'll tap 4
Yeah.
for Journey to the Lost City.
Ooh.
Journey to the Lost City is an enchantment that says, at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 4 cards of your library, then roll a d20 on 1 through 9. I may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield on 10 through 19. Create a wolf and put 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards among those cards. And on 20, I put all the stuff that got exiled to the Lost City onto the battlefield.
I want that to happen, but I also
Don't like that.
don't want you to win.
Yeah, I want it to happen. I don't want it to happen to me.
What if it happens on the first turn?
Then I cry.
It'd be really funny.
Very,
though.
very, very
Let's
deep
manifest
tears.
that.
No manifesting. Pass the turn.
That's not the mechanic in these decks.
That's very true. You know what? I like your Temple of Deceit. I'm going to,
you.
in fact, play my own Temple of Deceit.
All right.
Blue, black, let's go.
Don't do that. I don't have
And
a
I'm going to
template of
scry one.
Yeah, blue, black, blue, black, blue, black.
red.
I also have green. You also have red. You have green and red.
No white
Is there?
that's
Do we
white.
need a 5th color?
No.
right now. I want something more interesting. I'm going to bottom that. It doesn't do anything.
My turn.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Untap. Draw. I'll play a forest and power fist. It's an equipment. The equipped creature has trample, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it, and equips for 2.
That's pretty good.
It
Okay.
does a big punch. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to draw. Going to draw something good before we get eaten by wolves. Well, let's play. Do I have anything that nobody else has? Yeah, nobody else has a swamp. Swamp. Go.
Alrighty, we're gonna untap. In our upkeep, I've got to exile the top 4 cards. So we're gonna exile Stolen Strategy, Itali Primal Storm, Lovestruck Beast, and Highland Forest. Wow, we're gonna win no matter what. All right.
Okay, if he gets a 20, though, that would be very
Honestly, I
funny.
wouldn't cry if this 20
That
down.
would be really scary. Oh,
An 11. So I get to make a 2/2 wolf. And he's gonna come in with 1/2 +1/+1 counters.
Okay, good.
Seems really good.
Well, that's pretty good.
I was about to be like, well, this is a double up. Join us, patrons, for the next episode.
All right, then we're gonna draw our card for turn. We'll play a forest as our land for turn. We'll tap green and 2 to Cult of 8. I'm gonna go searching. All right, off Cultivate, I'll put this mountain into play and this forest into my hand. Pass the turn.
Ooh, well, that's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to play a swamp because
Oh, no.
Jan's swamp looks so good. I'm going to play an unstable obelisk. Now, I don't know how good this card is, but it does say tap 7, destroy target permanent. So if we really truly decide that,
You don't want to go to the Lost City?
If we
well,
can- if we
I
can-
don't mind going to Lost City, but you're the one who gets to bring back the Itali Primal
If
Storm.
we
That's
can
fair, that's
fade
fair.
a 20 for
look
3
what I
more
found in the
turns.
Lost City.
Yeah, Judge, can I, if I had 7 mana, could I destroy this in response to a 20 being rolled?
I think it would still. I think that
Yeah.
ability would still resolve.
All right.
I went to the
I
Lost
have to be
City and all I
hateful.
got was this dinosaur.
Yeah. I went to the Lost City and all I got was a games rule infraction. Go ahead, Graham.
All right, untap, draw. Thrilling turn once again. I'm going to play a Darkwater Catacombs and pass.
Oh. All
Writes
right.
down counter spell, technically.
We'd love to see the turn 3 top deck of the century.
Soul Ring.
Mountain.
Oh.
What's it like, Jan?
It's pretty bad.
No.
But I'll make up for it with my soul ring because I did it.
You called it.
I'm the best at magic. I'm lying. Tab for 3. Let's play Chromatic Lantern.
He's ramping.
I'm
Rocks.
ramping with my 3 mana rocks. Okay, pass turn.
Ain't nothing wrong with a 3 mana rock.
Hey,
All right, Journey to the Lost City triggered. Does anybody want to blow it up with 7 mana?
No,
No,
I'm
okay,
good.
I just thought I'd check.
I just wanted to threaten you. I couldn't
Oh,
do
that's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time around, we're going to hit Light Up the Stage, Durnan of the Yawning Portal, Forest, Nature's Lore. All right, not as good this time. All right, come on, big whammies. Ooh,
I can
okay,
see
so-
the 20 from here.
That's a 3 power wolf.
Yes, 3 Power Wolf this time.
All right.
He making wolves.
Yep,
Yep.
they're not small.
Get ourselves a wolf
I don't like this.
with a counter.
Stressful.
All right, draw my card for the turn. We'll play a Forest as land for turn. Tap 1, 2, and float a colorless to cast Faldorn, Dreadwolf Herald. Whenever I cast a spell from exile or a land enters the battlefield under my control from exile, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. I can pay 1 and discard a card to exile the top card of my library, and I may play it this turn.
Oh, no.
They're good wolves, Catherine.
Seems bad for me.
Speaking of good wolves, we'll tap 2 more and that floating mana we had.
Wolf pup.
Vivian, Champion of the Wild.
Oh, she's a dog mom.
All
Yes,
right.
she is. It's going to come in with 4, but we're going to go ahead and give the big wolf vigilance until end of turn. Oh, sorry, until my next turn. Vigilance and reach. Wow, that's 2 things.
So
Speaking of 2 things, Kathleen,
Yeah,
I believe you
that's-
threatened me, so
I did.
I'm going to have you take 4 damage for me.
Okay, I take 4. I go to 36. We haven't played together, but let me tell you, I'm pretty good at arithmetic.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh, I
That's
thought you were
good.
going to say we haven't
Oh,
played
well.
together, but let me know. Were you my enemies for life?
Well, speaking of enemies for life, I'll pass it to Kathleen.
I have, we might not even be enemies for the entirety of this game, depending on how other people's board states progress.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm nothing if not a,
Fair and benevolent leader.
I wouldn't say benevolent in my name in the same sentence. But you know what? I think that you have so many permanents compared to the rest of us.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think you should have one more permanent.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this.
That's never a good thing.
Well, you know, I've got this Curse of Disturbance, and it's an enchant. Whenever an enchanted player is attacked, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Each player attacking that opponent does the same. So now, if we attack you, we can get zombies.
That's
So-
true.
So you get a zombie and they get a zombie?
Yeah, if
so-
anybody attacks you, they get a zombie.
Kathleen
Go
gets-
ahead, Greg.
All right, I'm not going to do anything at the end of your turn. I will draw for the turn. I'm going to play an island, and I'm going to cast Lily Bowen, Raging Grandma.
Oh, no. This is good.
It's a 0/0 with vigilance. Lily Bowen enters with 2 +1/+1 counters. At the beginning of my upkeep, double the number of counters on Lily Bowen if the power is 16 or less. Otherwise, remove all but one of the counters and then gain each life for each counter removed this way. So she keeps getting stronger and stronger, right? It starts with 2, then goes to 4, 8, 16, then goes back down to 1 and I gain a bunch of life.
You gained 15 life.
And then goes to
1,
2,
2,
4,
4,
6.
6,
Yeah.
Interesting.
She gets really, really mad and then just blows off some steam
That's fair.
and then gets real mad again.
Is it 16 counters or 16 power?
16 power.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can like equip this and just expedite it.
Mm-hmm. And that's my turn.
All right. I should probably play something too then, I guess. Well, I'm going to continue playing my basic lands.
Nice.
I feel like that is a good deck building decision on the part of whoever built this deck.
Thanks, wizards.
Yeah. Tap 3, cast Commander Sphere. Another 3 mana rock.
See? Still good.
Still good. Still relevant because I'm not dead. I'm going to tap 5. Let's cast my commander. Abaddon, the Despoiler. Just a 5/5 trample. It blocks wolves. That's all I care about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I explained in the pre-show, things.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
lots of things. Alrighty, let's untap and upkeep. We're going to exile 4.
Oh yeah, we still haven't dealt with this.
We got a mountain, Kodama's Reach, Outpost Siege, and Delayed Blast Fireball. That's a lot of spells and not a lot of creatures. A 12!
He just keeps making these dogs.
12. On the bright side, this dog is just a little bitty guy.
I don't know why, but my brain was like, he rolled a 21.
Blackjack!
Nope.
Everybody gets paid 1.5.
On a D20.
On a D20.
Judge? Yeah.
Alrighty. Now we'll go to draw. We'll play a mountain as our land for turn, and we'll tap 1 forest to foretell a card. I don't think we want to do those things right now. So instead, we're going to +1 Vivian. Up to 6, we're going to give the 4/4 Vigilance and Reach, and we'll swing over at Graham for 4.
Yes. Lily Bowen does not feel like chump blocking today. So
I didn't think you were going to make that trade, but I got you at 36.
I will also go to 36. Yes.
That's a cool number.
Yeah. 36. Let's go.
We'll pass the turn.
All right, I'm going to untap, draw. I have 6 mana now. Technically 7, actually, because I have 6 mana altogether, counting my unstable obelisk. I am very smart. Tap 4, and everybody else has brought out their commanders except Graham. 3/4 of players believe in bringing out their commanders.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play Gisa and Geralf. When they enter the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Okay? So let's... 1, murder.
Oh.
Swamp. A dismal backwater. And a Geralf's Mind Crusher. Yep. And they're going to go into my graveyard, but once a turn I can play cards from my graveyard.
Oh, that's really
That's
cool.
pretty sweet.
A zombie card.
Oh.
A zombie creature spell, like the Mind Crusher. All right, go ahead.
Cool. Thank you. Untap. Upkeep. Lily Bowen's counters double draw card for the turn.
Caw-caw.
In the absence of anything else to do, well, actually, Lily Bowen could technically attack.
Yeah, she get in there.
She's got vigilance.
I'd even block.
I know. It would just trade her for a wolf, which doesn't sound ideal.
I don't know. I don't know if I have enough wolves.
I'm not going to trade her for Gisa and Geralf.
I don't see a good reason for her to attack, honestly. I think what I'm actually going to do, because I want to use... I know I have the Power Fist, but I'm actually just going to play Mothman. So, when the Wise Mothman enters the battlefield or attacks, each player gets a rad counter. And whenever one or more non-land cards are milled, so I wish I'd had Mothman in play when you played your commander. Whenever one or more non-land cards are milled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X creatures, where X is the number of non-land cards milled this way.
Oh, so you want me to play this Mind Crusher because it says when this enters the battlefield, target player mills 5 cards.
Yeah. That's going to be my turn.
All right. Okay, so untap, upkeep. I'm going to draw this card because this is a weird trigger.
And now that you've drawn, now you radiation.
Radiation. Hiya! Exalted Flamer of Zinch. It is a demon. None of that matters. But I do have a rad.
So you lose a life.
Lose a life.
And a rad counter.
And a rad counter. And trigger T-Wise.
Yeah. So put a counter on X creatures where X is the number of non-land cards. That was 1, so 1 creature, so I'll put it in the Mothman.
Now, I'll play this. I'll play a Dismal Backwater.
It's a good card.
It's a good card. I'll regain that life that I just lost. Well, I'm going to go to combat, and as tempting as it is to attack Kathleen to get maximum value out of this Abaddon, these wolves are a problem. So I would like to attack Alex with Abaddon for 5. It does have trample, and we will trigger the curse, and both Colleen and I will get a wolf.
Zombie action.
Zombie wolf. All right, Alex, you have a 5/5 coming at you, right for your face.
All right, well, I guess I will accede to your population control methods and block for Xaxes with 2 wolves.
All right, get despoiled.
All righty.
That's 2 fewer wolves.
It is.
It's technically 1 fewer wolf because he's probably going to make a wolf this turn.
I mean, it's about even odds, yeah.
But it's 5 power off the board.
Yep.
Can't attack.
Love that.
So I will cast 1 thing. And that thing will be a Pink Horror. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, Pink Horror deals 2 damage to any target. And then split. When Pink Horror dies, create 2/2/2 blue and red demon horror creature tokens named Blue Horror with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature deals 1 damage to any target.
They sort of...
Split. They just kind of split in half, eh?
Yeah.
And with that and my other little zombie and my interaction mana up, I will pass the turn.
All righty. We'll untap, and during our upkeep, we've got a trigger. So we'll mill 4. Well, not mill. We'll mill to exile. A mountain. Explore. Is it Chemister and an Ash Barrens?
All right.
Come on, 120. That's a 15.
Told you he'd
3/3.
get another wolf.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay.
Just a wolf with 1 counter. We will mill a forest.
All right.
Okay,
So that means nothing happens. You don't lose life, but you keep your rad counter, and I don't get a counter from Mothman.
You know what? I'm a big fan of nothing happens. It's
So you're going to pass your turn?
one of my favorite things. Not yet, Jan. Maybe in a minute.
you're a big fan.
You're right. I'm going to -2 Vivian, which means that I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of my library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest in the bottom of my library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, I may look at that card and I may cast it if it's a creature card. We'll put this one right there under Vivian. We'll put these back in this order specifically. Deep strategy. Speaking of deep strategy, we're going to pay 1 and tap Faldorn to discard a card. This forest. When I do that, I may exile the top card of my library. I may play it this turn. Hornet Queen.
Yeah.
Do you have enough mana for this?
Sure don't.
Good stuff. We did
Wow, we really got wrecked there on the old Taparoo. Oh well.
Live by the random, die by the random.
You have the number of mana, but not triple green.
I guessed wrong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
You have the it's bad for you. We're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
On the bright side, though, we do have 1 trick to play, which will get us another Wolfie boy, which is Arasta of the Endless Web.
Oh no.
Reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach that you can then
Yeah, I'm going to kill it.
instantly
It's going to die.
pop. Oh no. No! But we did cast a card from exile, so we make yet another Wolfie boy. Don't really want to attack with my lower population of wolves now that I don't have vigilance. So I think I'm going to pass the turn.
All right, let's do a rad counter. So I'm going to mill a card. I milled a Demir Signet.
Yay.
So that means I lose a life and a rad counter.
Yep.
I go to 35. You get to put a counter on something.
Mothman. Wait, that's Mothman's total power, not the number of counters that are on him. Sorry.
I'll say that's a really powerful ability, Graham.
It's like,
Just decided to cheat. No, sorry, that's Mothman is now a 5/5.
Good.
Gross. I'm going to play my land for the turn. I am going to play Liliana's Devotee. Zombies you control get +1/+0. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you may pay 1 and a black, and if you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Then, I think I would like to go to attacks, because I feel like I should attack, because now I have a 3/2 zombie that's really doing nothing except sitting around. I'm going to attack you, Alex.
You said it was 3/2?
3/2.
It's 3/2 because of the Liliana's Devotee.
Trigger and get another zombie.
Oh, yeah. I will block with my 2/2 wolf, so we'll trade.
Excellent. Goodbye.
Now you can pay 2 to make a zombie.
I can pay 2 to make a zombie, or what I can do is I can, before I go to my end step, I'm going to play Liliana's Standard Bearer, because really what I want to do is just draw another card, which is 1. It's not maybe exciting, but it is a 4/1, so it blocks really well. I get to draw a card.
Block really well. Yeah.
Go ahead, Graham.
All right, I'm going to untap. Upkeep, Lily Bowen now has 8 counters.
Gross.
That's as many as 2 4s.
My own radiation, because it happens to me as well. I mill a forest, so nothing happens. Then, move to combat. I'm going to attack Jan with Lily Bowen, and I'm attacking Vivian with Mothman. Attack trigger, everyone gets a rad counter.
Wow, twice as rad as I used to be.
I know, me too.
Well, you know who's not twice as rad as she used to be? It's Vivian.
All right. Yeah. Oh, and sorry, for attacking you, I get a zombie and you get a zombie.
Oh,
No,
right.
the attacking is.
Oh, wait, is it you? No, I was attacking Vivian, so no zombies happen.
Whenever enchanted player.
Yep.
Darn.
None zombies.
No zombies.
None zombies, left beef. Speaking of none zombies, get in front of that. Does it have trample?
Nope,
Okay, good.
just big.
Dead zombie.
Okay.
Why?
Because I don't want to take 10.
Fair.
So much.
Do I have to discard? No, I don't. Great, I'm going to pass the turn.
All right, cool. And that's it.
Well,
And draw.
And
rad.
radiation.
Wow. Mountain.
All right,
Still rad.
nothing happens.
All right. Play a Swiftwater Cliff. I'll go to 41. Well, let's start by tapping 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to cast Heralds of Tzeentch. They are 3/3 with flying for 5 with Cascade.
Oh,
Cascading for 4. Brainstorm.
no.
Would you like to cast that?
You're going to want to.
Ain't no rule says you got to play Brainstorm.
Ain't no dogs playing basketball. That's how it goes, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Brainstorm.
Ain't no dogs playing basketball.
Trigger.
What's your target?
Your commander.
2 damage marked on Faldorn?
Yep.
All right. I'll make a spider.
Okay, I'm going to draw 3 and put 2 back. Spoiler alert, they're lands.
Hey.
He's getting around the rad counters.
Okay. This is resolved. Herald of Tzeentch on the stack. Wish I had drawn an instant or sorcery. But I will cast for 4 the Ruinous Powers.
Oh.
So at the beginning of my upkeep, choose an opponent at random. Exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, I may play that card and I may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. When I cast this spell this way, its owner loses life equal to its mana value.
Well,
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot of stuff.
And that's every upkeep of yours?
My upkeep. Yep.
Man, these upkeep things, they're just too good. Anyways, my
Yep.
upkeep yet?
Go to combat.
Okay.
Go to second main phase.
Okay.
Proceed to my cleanup step.
Okay.
And now you can go.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. We're going to untap.
You know it's powerful when the card is the same name as the deck.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Blind Eternities. Real good. Speaking of real good, it's time for Journey to Lost City. 1, 2, 3, 4.
An awful lot of your deck is now exiled under that enchantment.
Yeah, I've kind of been watching that. I'm like, oh, this is starting to get bad. Rampant Growth, Temple of False God, Jessica's Will, no, and a Mountain.
Oh.
No creatures this time, so it's
12.
So that's the smallest possible wolf.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Tiny Wolfy Boy. Man, if this pops off, I'm going to pop off.
Alternately, if we let it go for enough turns, the problem will solve itself.
It's true. I'm going to draw a card for turn, and then I'm going to rad counter twice. First is a forest. Second is a mountain.
What?
This is not what I wanted. I'm going to untap Faldorn because I missed that step apparently. And
It's a special different step.
Stifle.
clean things up just a smidge. We're tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For now Feshni, Beast Demon. It's a 4/6 flyer with whenever you cast a spell from exile, copy it. I may choose new targets for the copy. If it's a permanent spell, the copy gains haste, and at the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice this permanent.
I hate this.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Journey to the Lost City. Does that say that you cast those, or do you just put the permanents into play?
Well, let's find out together. That says, put all permanent cards exiled with Journey onto the Lost City into the battlefield, and then sacrifice it. You may cast this if you're really, really nice and rolled a 20 because your friends want you to be happy.
So it doesn't
Judge?
copy them.
Right.
Does not copy them.
Okay, cool.
I'll pass the turn.
Oh, interesting. All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Rad counter. Rad counter gets a siphon flesh. Aw. But that means I lose a life and a rad counter, and you
Now you
get to put a token on something.
I will put another counter, I guess, on Grandma.
You're going to gain so much life this turn, aren't you?
Nope.
Nope.
Next turn.
Next turn.
Yeah.
Assuming Grandma doesn't die.
Well, that's nice. I think what I want to do is, what I think I want to do is I want to play this 4/6. This Geralf's Mind Crusher out of my graveyard.
Ooh, fun.
Now, the funny thing to do would be to mill Jan because he stacked the top of his deck to avoid rad
There's
counters.
2 of them, yeah. You can also mill Alex because he's on his way to killing himself. And
Yeah.
You can mill you because that's what your deck wants to do.
It's my deck wants me to mill myself, but there's so much trolling that can be had by milling
absolutely.
the other side of the table.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm going to do is because it does have Undying, so I will get to do this another time. I think I'm going to mill myself because that is what this deck wants to do. I'm going to mill off a Swamp, a Vizier of the Scorpion, which is a hit, a Vengeful Dead, which is a hit, a Vela the Nightclad, which is not a hit, but that's okay. Wait, that was 4, 5, and another Swamp.
3.
I'm going to reorganize my graveyard so the relevant stuff is at the top.
You basically get a counter.
So I get to put a counter on each of up to 3 creatures.
Oh, you can put one on one of my creatures?
You put one on one of my creatures because I was so helpful.
It doesn't even say creatures I control.
Yeah.
That's right. You can get real political with it.
I can put a counter on up to 3 creatures. I've only got 2. I can put my 3rd counter on your Mind Crusher, which then cancels the Undying because it already has a +1/+1 counter on it. But it would make it a 6/6.
This is 6/6.
Chonky boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you can cast zombies from your graveyard anyway, so yeah, let's do that.
So what? So when he dies, he'll to go to my graveyard. I can still just recast him.
Yes,
Yeah,
but you
from-
still got to pay full price for it. You don't just get another one for free.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. Chonky boy.
Chunky boy.
All right, and actually, he's technically a 7/6 because of the Lily on his devotee gives zombies +1/+. So
big.
he's very chunky. I am going to declare attacks. I have this 3/2 zombie and a Liliana's Standard Bearer that aren't really doing anything. But your board is terrifying, and your board is terrifying, and your board is terrifying. Yeah, so I'm going to attack you with this 3/2 zombie.
Okay, I will block with my 2/2 wolf.
That's
We'll
great.
trade again.
I'm
You
gonna
make
get.
a zombie.
I'm gonna make another zombie, and then but at the beginning of my end step, I'm actually going to pay 2 to make another zombie because of Liliana's devotee.
At the end of Kathleen's turn, I would like to putrefy or cast putrefy targeting that thing.
Absolutely, I've got a trigger. So does
Yes.
Jen.
Spider. No, it's whenever I cast.
Oh, whenever you. My apologies. I'm going to make another spider.
All right.
And then you'd like to putrefy?
Yes, please.
What's that do?
Destroy.
Aw.
It cannot be regenerated.
Aw, my regeneration.
All right, then I will untap, draw for the turn. Oh, sorry, upkeep. We're gonna double. So Grandma's now got 20.
So give you 2 more of those.
Grandma's huge this turn.
Yep.
Chunky girl.
So much grandma.
Now I will draw for the turn, and now I will do my own radiation, milling Cathedral Acolyte and Marcus Mutant Mayor.
So that's 2.
So I take 2. And I lose my rad counters. And also I get to put a counter on
2 creatures.
2 creatures. So I'll put them on Mothman and Gam Gam.
Good lord.
Gam gam.
All right, I'm going to equip the Power Fist to Grandma over here.
God,
So
it's like
Grandma-
Agatha Fistie's in the room with us.
I know, right? Power Fist is so great.
Yeah.
So now Grandma has Trample, and when it deals combat damage to a player, it also puts that many counters on Grandma Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. Now, where shall these attacks go?
I mean, you could wipe his board probably.
Bold of you to assume I wouldn't take 21.
Yeah, it depends on how he blocks. Right. I'm going to attack similar to last time, but different. So I'm going to attack Jan with the Mothman and Alex with
The 21.
Raging Grandma.
Right.
So trigger.
So attack trigger, everybody gets ones of rad counters.
Ouch.
You get a zombie because you're attacking me.
Yes.
You get a zombie because he is attacking me.
Okay. I'm not going to block.
I'm not going to block.
Okay.
Okay. So you take 7
Yep.
and you take
19. Or sorry, 21 to go to 19.
21. Yes.
Go to 19.
All right. So the number of counters
Auspicious.
on Grandma now is 42.
You're going to gain 41 life next turn?
Arithmetic.
Hopefully. Let's find out. I'm going to pass.
All right. I'm going to untap. Contemplate what I'm doing with my life. And while I think about that, I'm going to trigger Ruinous Power.
Response.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
Because it's my favorite card in the deck aside from Journey to the Lost City. I'm going to pay 2 to flash in my foretold creature, which is Green Slime. Green Slime has flash, and it says, when Green Slime enters the battlefield, counter target activated or triggered ability from an
Whoa.
artifact or enchantment source. Enchantment source. If a permanent's ability is countered this way, destroy that.
You couldn't have countered the Power Fist?
Well, I thought about it, but it was way more funny to get punched a bunch.
Wow. I've never even seen that card.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, eh?
What an odd corner case.
I'm going to draw this card.
All right.
I'm going to trigger my rads.
Yeah.
I knew
Nothing.
about that. Didn't know about that. That was fortunate.
All right.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
All right. I'm going to tap for 5. Deny Reality.
Mhm.
It's a sorcery, so it'll trigger.
Triggered.
Yeah, you can get your spider. I'm going to put 2 damage on your commander.
2 damage marked on Faldorn
Yeah.
and a new spider.
It has Cascade for 5 again,
Mhm.
and return target permanent to its owner's hand. I would like to put the Lost City.
Yeah. There you go. Look at all that exile.
Well, to be fair, it's targeted. I have to Cascade first.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. This is for Karn the Betrayer. Okay, so is Berserk, attacks each turn or blocks each combat if able. When I lose control of Karn the Betrayer, draw 2 cards. And if damage would be dealt to Karn the Betrayer, prevent that damage, and an opponent of your choice gains control of it. Okay, so now I'd like to return your...
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, it's cool.
So all
Goodbye,
the stuff that
most-
was exiled with it just gone forever.
gone.
Gone forever. Yep.
Neat.
Gone 5 ever. I would like to keep casting spells because that is what one wants to do in the game of Magic the Gathering. And I feel like this has all gotten away from me. I'd like to cast Bituminous Blast.
Oh, Bit Blast.
It's
Yay.
another 5 mana cascade. It's
Trigger.
another instant. Trigger, you know the spider. I would like to put 2 more damage on the Faldorn.
Yep.
I keep want to say Feldon.
Yep.
I know it's wrong.
Different.
And then I will target Gisa and Geralf
Aw.
with the 4 damage. But I have to cascade first. Talisman of Creativity. All right. I'm officially out of things to do. And so I will pass the turn.
Right on. We're going to untap, and during my upkeep, we are going to cry for a protracted period of time, and we'll be right back after that. Then I'm going to draw a card. Rad.
Yeah.
Tectonic Giant. Forest. Xenagos the Reveler.
2.
So that's 2, so I'll take 2, lose 2 rad counters, and you got some stuff going on.
Yep. Just gonna keep on incrementing the creatures.
Right on. I go to 17.
Actually, you know what? I'll put that second counter on this zombie.
Oh, yeah. All right.
There you go. Wow. I don't think I got enough crying done, but I think I have to move on. Tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to recast Faldorn. Oh, I forgot to trigger Faldorn when I cast Green Slime, but that's okay. We don't need more wolves.
Too many wolves.
Too many wolves. Too many cooks.
That video is 20 years old this year.
It's not 20 years old.
YouTube came out in 1901.
Yeah.
It is 10 years old.
Oh, I just wanted to see if I could get people.
Well, in any case, I will pass the turn.
All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to be a little bit sad that I don't have Gisa and Geralf here, but yeah, they're fine. I'm going to draw.
Homestar.
Going to do
is
my
what
rad
this is.
counter.
Yeah.
I'm going to mill this laboratory drudge It's a zombie horror, but it doesn't matter. It's going into the bin.
I will further increment the Mothman.
So I'm going to lose a rad counter and a life. I go to 33. I'm going to play a basic swamp. Now, I could get you real bad by destroying Grandma before you gain a bunch of life with my unstable obelisk. But that would be super rude because I would lose my mana rock for B. So it's just too bad that I drew another mana rock this turn. I'm going to play this Commander Sphere. Add 1 mana of any color. That is 3. 3 mana rock.
There we go.
Oh, shoot. Now, if I play that, do I have enough? I don't have enough mana for the unstable obelisk.
You don't need to worry about that.
I don't need to worry about that?
You don't need to worry about that.
I'm going to attack you with a zombie.
All right. Trigger, make another zombie. I will block with my 3/3 this time, so they'll trade.
So they will trade. I will get this is the zombie that is off the zombie thing, just for token efficiency here. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to recast my commanders. Gisa and Geralf are back. They're hanging out. They're a 4/4. When they enter the battlefield, mill 4 cards. So I'm going to mill 4 cards. I'm going to mill a distant melody. That's 1. A swamp. That's 2. A loyal subordinate. That's 3. And another island. That's 4. So that's 2 hits for you.
Yay. Mothman. Zombie.
And 1 hit for things I can cast from my bin. But I think that's my turn.
I have no effects.
I'm going to untap.
Hellbent.
Upkeep. At the beginning of my upkeep, double the number of counters on Lily Bowen if the power is 16 or less. Otherwise, remove all but 1 of those counters.
Excellent.
So I'm going to do
On
that.
the stack.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Tap 1, 2, 3. Because the only thing funnier than letting you gain that much life is Beast Within, so it doesn't gain that much life.
But
Uh-oh.
can I
Yes.
pitch you on a potential... Can I workshop this joke with you?
Yeah, let's workshop it.
That's very funny.
Yes.
Would it be funnier, I think, if I cast Mutational Advantage to give permanents I control with counters hexproof?
Yes, it would be very funny.
Great.
Yes.
It also proliferates.
That's very
That
funny.
means you'll gain 42 life.
So, unfortunately, because this does have a target and that target is no longer valid, you do not get the token.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that'll fizzle. Now you're going to proliferate?
Yeah, I'm going to proliferate. I'm going to proliferate the Mothman and Gam and this zombie and your rads and your rads. And you're out of rads, so I can't...
You want to proliferate your own rads?
Nah, I don't think... I'm fine with it.
All right.
You could proliferate the counters on Geralf's Mind Crusher
I could.
and the counters on his wolf.
There are many targets.
There's so many.
It's true.
Okay.
All right.
Just making game options available.
So I'd like to resolve Lily Bowen's trigger and gain 42 life.
Sounds
It's a
good.
better number.
It is a better number.
Send you to 76.
Yup.
This seems fine.
That's a heck of a dive down.
Yeah, isn't it wild? So yeah, they're hexproof and indestructible, prevent all damage that would be dealt to them this turn, and proliferate, which we've done. So
Wow.
now I'm going to draw,
And you have a rad.
and now do my rad counter, which is a rampant growth, which honestly would have been nice, but in the meantime, I will start the grandma back up.
Oh no.
Give her a Werther's and set her loose.
I'm going to play a Path of Ancestry, which enters tapped. And, oh right, my rad goes away. That was a non-land. I forgot I'm at 75.
Oh, well, things are looking up.
75 turn clock, guys. We got this. Well, you got this. I don't have enough cards.
I think his life total is, well, it's not quite higher than all the other of our life totals together, but it's not.
You know, once I'm dead, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
So if we expedite that process.
let's go, people.
Yeah. So then I will...
Attack?
Yeah, I will move to attacks. I'm just figuring out if I want to move the Power Fist, because Grandma can't get through anyone here anyway.
No.
So I think I will move...
Well, just to play in this space a bit.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be even funnier than getting hit by Grandma once. Be getting hit by Grandma twice, especially for only 2 damage.
That's true.
And then if you didn't attack me with Mothman, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
He's tricking you.
It's true.
He has to be.
It's true.
Currently tapped out.
I've got 1 green mana.
Oh, okay.
No, it's easy.
Writes down Snakeskin Veil.
Yeah, but he could just block it.
Yeah, but they're indestructible this turn.
That's fair.
It just eats the creature.
Yep.
Like a little 1/2 reach spider.
No, he probably just doesn't block.
Mostly, I'm trying to avoid being attacked by the Mothman.
Yes, definitely Grandma is going to attack
That is
regardless.
Very fair.
But I think I will just move the fist over to... You know what? I'll put it on the zombie. Why not?
Okay.
All right, everyone gets attacked.
What?
Kathleen, I'm attacking you with the Mothman. Alex, I'll attack you with Grandma, and Jan, I'll attack you with the zombie.
How
Sounds
much?
good.
How much is Mothman?
Mothman is currently looking at a cool 11.
I have no flying. I have no flying creatures or creatures with reach, so I will take 22. Or I will take 11. I will go to 22. Keep that palindromic number. But I'm going to take 11 commander damage. So all you do is hit me one more time and I'm going to die.
Also, there were some attack triggers. I get a zombie, you get a zombie, everyone gets a rad counter.
Karn the Betrayer would like to block your zombie.
Okay, so what happens with Karn?
So he blocks and attacks each turn of Fable. And then when I lose control of him, I will gain 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. And then if damage would be dealt to Karn the Betrayer, prevent that damage. An opponent of my choice gains control of Karn.
Okay.
I'm going to take my 2.
Unfortunately, because it's trample,
Yeah.
I still take 4.
So you take 4.
And
I
it gets 4
put
counters.
4 counters on the zombie.
Alex, I'll give you Karn the Betrayer.
Thank you.
And I'll draw 2 cards.
All right.
Alex,
That's
done?
going to be my turn. Go ahead.
I'm going to untap. Things aren't looking good for
Anyone?
whatever.
Counters are so rad.
The demons. Draw. Trigger my 4 rads. 1, 2, whiff, 3.
Not sloppity bile piper.
I know. My sloppity bile piper. How will I ever see my family again?
So let's take 3 to 27.
Yep. I go down to 1 rad.
And a bunch of people get counters.
Yep.
I'm going to start by floating a red. That's my commander sphere. Then I'm going to sacrifice it to draw a card and hope that the cards in my hand get better.
Did it work?
Kind of.
Oh.
I'm going to spend the red, 2 colorless, black, a blue. I'm going to cast the Horus Heresy.
Oh boy.
So, the first part of the Horus Heresy is for each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target non-legendary creature that player controls for as long as the Horus Heresy remains on the battlefield. Unfortunately, all of the problems are legendary.
Commander.
That being said, I will take Big Zombie.
Yeah.
I will take Big Wolf.
Sure.
And I will take other Big Zombie.
Biggest zombie.
Yes.
Big zombie remains tapped, but it does have 7 counters on it.
Yes, and a Power Fist that
Yes.
can be taken by, but it's fine. Everything. Be chill. Nobody look at me.
What do the future chapters of that saga do?
So the next one is draw a card for each creature I control but don't own.
Neat.
And then the last one is starting with me, each player chooses a creature, destroy each creature chosen this way.
Oh, fun.
And I believe I will have to pass my turn.
Okay. That sounds good. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Rad step. Sandworm Convergence. Savrock Stone, that's okay. That can go away. And Greater Gargadon. So that's 3 whole hits. I'm going to go to 12.
Incrementing all the creatures.
Which stage of grief is anger?
It's the one where it's in the graveyard and you control a mountain like creatures of haste.
Oh, right. That's
It's one of the earlier ones.
okay. Well, let's.
Possibly the first one, right? Isn't it? The
Anger.
last one's acceptance, then bargaining was before that.
Right.
Anger.
I think it might be anger, denial.
Denial. It's either anger and denial, or denial then anger, and then depression, and
I
then
think it might be
bargaining, then
denial,
acceptance.
anger, depression, except bargaining.
Acceptance.
So, like last time was denial. So this time is anger. So I'll play Mossfire Valley and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4. End raise Forerunners.
Uh-oh, large pigs.
Vigilance Trample Haste on a 7/7 that says when End raise Forerunners enters the battlefield, other creatures I control get +2/+2, gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I'd like to move to combat.
Yeah.
Graham,
Yeah.
what's your life total again?
75.
I would like to be lower than that.
You just everything at me?
Everything.
Can you give me a total?
Sure. We'll be right back. I'm attacking you for 40.
Fair play. I will block 2 of your spiders with my 2 4/4s,
That sounds good.
and then I take. You said 40, so minus 6.
34.
So I take 34.
That seems reasonable.
Cool.
So I'll lose 2 spiders,
Yep.
and we got you at 41.
Yeah. Still not quite back to starting life total, but very close.
Yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully on your rad counter. At that point, I'll pass the turn.
Hooray. It's my turn. It's my favorite part of the game. No more paying attention to other people. Only Kathleen time now.
That's very fair.
I'm going to do my rad counter. I'm going to mill off this Lord of the Accursed. That will remove my rad counter. You get a counter. I lose a life. I go to 21. My palindromic life total is no more. Well, but that's a pretty exciting thing to draw. So I think what I'm going to do... So it's going to be Loyal Subordinate, because at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, each opponent loses 3 life, which is pretty devastating. So I think I might still do that.
I lose Alex.
That's fine.
I'm going to bring out Loyal Subordinate from my graveyard using Gisa and Geralf's ability. Loyal Subordinate is a 3/1 that says it's got Lieutenant and it has Menace. And it says at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, each opponent loses 3 life. DM, I go to combat for the turn, so you're all going to lose 3 life.
Mm-hmm.
It actually says target Alex loses 25% of his life.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
So you go to 9. All right, you like all your creatures though, right, Graham?
I'm a big fan of them, yeah.
Well, maybe you're going to lose some of them.
Oh, no.
All right, it's time to go to attacks. As I said, Graham, I'm going to attack you with a Liliana's Standard Bearer. Alex, I will be attacking you with this bog standard replaceable zombie that I'm hoping to turn into a non-tapped replaceable zombie.
That's very understandable.
Yep.
I am required to block with Karn, the Betrayer.
Perfect. Great.
Oh,
Because then you get to gain 2
you have
cards.
to, but he has to block, so yeah.
I don't. He gets to draw 2 cards, right?
Yes, I do. So I will pass Karn the Betrayer over to Graham.
Oh, fun.
Well, you just attacked.
Oh, that's fair.
Interesting. All right.
To me.
So
Draw 2 cards.
I will 4/1.
4/1.
It's a 4/1.
I will take 4.
He takes
I don't
4.
want to put Grandma anywhere near combat right now.
Okay.
So this zombie dies. You've made another zombie. I've drawn 2 cards.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fleshbag Marauder. Each player sacrifices a creature.
What a fortuitous time to have Karn.
I will select this spider token.
I will select this zombie token because they were rude in real life.
I will select this pink horror.
Ooh, very
And make
nice.
2 blue horrors.
2 blue horrors, yeah.
This is good, working out well for you.
It's not. I kind of wanted my Karn back.
I will select Karn the Betrayer.
My Betrayer.
Betrayed by going to the graveyard. I haven't played a land for turn,
All right.
so I'm going to play a land. I'm going to finish out by playing Haven Ghoul Lich, which has 1, you may cast target creature card in a graveyard this turn, in a graveyard. When you cast it this turn, Haven Ghoul Lich gains all activated abilities of that card till end of turn. It was a 4/4, but because of Liliana's Devotee, it's a 5/4. So that's a
Wild.
spooky card as well.
That is spooky.
Got some spooky cards. Go ahead, Graham.
Okay. Gam goes to 10.
Jesus.
Goodness.
Draw. Radiation. Tainted wood.
Whoa.
Nope.
No effects.
I was so focused on doing the soft cell reference that I forgot what the cards do.
Maim
I can do a lot of damage.
I think that you should do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to pay all 6 of my mana for finality to put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature I control, this zombie.
That zombie.
Then all creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. All
I
right.
also have a trigger.
Yep.
So everything's. But that's my entire board, Graham.
Yep.
It's most things dying. I think Arasta and pigs live through it.
Correct.
Over there.
Yeah.
And your Mind Crusher lives
Mind Crusher.
on Jan's board.
And this 7/7 wolf.
Zombie, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Get this out of here.
Now you're at what commander damage? I hit you for 11?
11. So you need to deal 9 commander damage to take me out of the game because it's the 10.
10.
So 10's arithmetic. 10's the magic. Oh, can you not just quite kill me?
I can take you to 1 remaining commander damage
Oh, Lamau.
because
Everything is
Mothman is -4/-4. Everything has got minus. My stuff didn't die, but it's all very small.
Much
Yeah, I forgot
smaller.
about that.
Yeah. I'm going to attack Alex with Mothman, Kathleen with Gam, and Jan with this now 2/2 zombie. So a bunch of attack triggers. Everyone gets another rad. I get a zombie.
Yes.
Oh, you get a zombie. Oh. All right. Well, I forgot about that as well.
Oh,
Okay.
curse keeps paying out. Pachow.
Fair enough.
No damage for
So
me.
I'll take 9 and die.
Okay.
All right.
Jan will take.
I'll take 2 and go to 22.
You can chump with Arasta.
Oh.
Arasta's got reach, right? Okay.
Oh,
Alex stays at 9.
All right.
I didn't die.
You know what? This is a pretty fine. This is fine. Everything is fine.
We're getting to the part of the game, my favorite part of the game, playing Mothman, where rad counters are incredibly relevant.
Yep. Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Everything's big again.
Yeah, untap, upkeep, nothing happens. Draw step. I draw this card and look at it. Let's gamble. I'm going to do my rad counters first.
Okay.
Rad counters first. 2 rad counters. Nurgle's Conscription and Temple of the False Gods. So I will lose 1. Go to 21.
I will put 1 counter on this zombie.
Okay. Then we will go up a saga in the Horus Heresy, where I will draw a card for each creature I control but don't own, which is 2.
All right.
Draw 2 cards. I got bamboozled on that exchange.
What?
Play this mountain. Drew 2 lands.
Oh, no.
Instead of a land and a spell. I would like to tap 4 and 2. One of it will be a black, because that's just how I roll. I'm going to play Mortarion, Demon Primarch. Flying, 5/6. At the beginning of my end step, I may pay X. If I do, create X 2/2 Black Astartes warrior creature tokens with menace. X can't be greater than the amount of life I've lost this turn.
You've lost.
I've lost.
Oh, okay.
But thanks to the rad, I have lost a life.
That's
I
true.
will be able to get at least 1.
You're a helper.
You
I'm
are a helper.
helping.
It's true. I cannot deny it.
Like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers. It's the Mothman.
I feel like I can't attack because bad things will happen to me. So I will go to my end step and I will trigger Mortarion. I will pay 1 and I will make a 2/2.
All right.
Seems pretty good.
Bop. And then I will pass to Alex.
All right. If I'm alive after this turn, something went wrong. Let's see. Red counter. I even said wacha for you.
I know.
Still at 9.
One tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For Aurora Phoenix, that's flying in Cascade, and whenever I cast a spell with Cascade, return it from my graveyard to my hand.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's look for a 5 or less. Rule turf. Varied landscape. Mountain. Urabrask the Hidden.
5?
Okay.
5.
So
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
So, Urabrask the Hidden says, creatures I control have haste. Creatures my opponents control enter the battlefield tapped.
Oh,
Amazing.
spicy.
Put those back in a random order.
Yep.
So, Urabrask will enter, Aurora Phoenix will enter, my creatures have haste.
Cool.
I attack Graham with everything.
I brought that on myself.
A little bit. 7 plus 5 plus 4 is 16.
I would like to block the Endray's Forerunners with Gam Gam, who is 10 power.
Oh, that's bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bigger than before.
Oh, well.
Bigger than before. And then that's 5 and 4.
Yep, for
9.
I'll take 9.
The
I'm helping.
eagle.
I'm helping.
You know, all these life totals are now evening up quite a bit.
Yeah. In terms of things to do, because I can do, we're going to pay 1 to send Emberth Shieldbreaker on an adventure to destroy target Power Fist.
It's destroy target artifact.
My
or
fist.
enchantment.
Actually, just destroy target artifact.
That's pretty good.
No, the trample.
I'm okay with that. That was going to be bad news.
And then we're going to pay 2 to cast Emberth Shieldbreaker.
Cool.
Pass turn.
Look, I feel like this is the time when my game is gonna turn around. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna draw my card for the turn.
Rise of the Dark Realms.
I'm going to deal with my rad counter. It's a Josu Vest Lich Knight.
Yep.
Happy to dodge that.
Take a damage. I go to 20. Playing a normal game of limited now. Okay, I've cast my commander twice, so that's 8 mana.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Gisa and Geralf. I'm gonna mill 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
And then I'm going to look at what's in my graveyard to see if I want to cast anything that costs 3 while Graham does stuff.
Just putting a bunch of counters on creatures here.
I'm gonna play a loyal subordinate. I'm gonna go to my attack phase. Each opponent's gonna lose 3 life.
Now it's up to 33%?
It just keeps
6.
getting better.
I just want to point out, we really cut Graham's life total down. I think
I was
that's a
going to
victory
say,
for us.
Pretty impressive.
We've killed him twice.
I think his loyal subordinate's done more damage than I have.
There.
Then I'm going to pass the turn because I am done.
Okay.
Okay.
Upkeep. Gam Gam is up to. There's currently
11.
11 counters there.
So 22.
So it's going to go to 22 counters.
Yep.
Then I'm going to draw a card for the turn, and then I'm going to do my rads. Infesting Rad Roach. and a swamp. So the interesting part about the Rad Roach, as I go to 21, is it says, whenever an opponent mills a non-land card, if it's in my graveyard, it goes back to my hand.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. To combat with me, the Mothman will attack Kathleen, and these two... You have one blocker?
I have one blocker.
Great. These two creatures will attack... Actually, hold up. What are you at? 6?
6.
Okay, yeah, no, these two creatures attack Alex.
Sounds good. I will block Grandma.
Okay, you take 7.
I have no flying
die.
blockers, so I take lethal commander damage, correct?
Yes! It finally happened.
Hey.
Just not on our own show. What's
However,
this?
you do make a zombie.
I do make a zombie.
And this Geralf Mind Crusher goes away.
Boop boop.
You and I each get rad counters.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Very kind of you.
Then, in the second main, just to clog things up, I've got a Watchful Rad Stag. It's got Evolve. It's 2/2 with Evolve, and whenever it evolves, make a token that's a copy of it, which is fun. And then I play Jason Bright, Glowing Prophet. That says, whenever a zombie or mutant I control dies, if its power is different than its base power, draw a card. Also, it is a 2/3, so the Watchful Rad Stag evolves, and then I make a copy of the Watchful Rad Stag.
Oh,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it just sort of goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to untap that if you
All
have
right.
nothing else.
Please.
All right. I'm going to draw this card. We're going to resolve the saga first. Horus Heresy. Starting with me, each player chooses a creature. Destroy each creature chosen this way.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I have to choose Grandma.
All right. That's the main reason that I wanted to eliminate 2 players
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
before that happened. So yes, I can't do anything about that. So Grandma dies.
Yes.
Who are you choosing?
Who are you choosing?
I would like to choose Mortarion, please.
Checks out.
So this is because this is a mutant whose power was different than its base power, Jason Bright, so I draw a card.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to do my 2 rads.
Yep.
Sunken Hollow, Talisman of Indulgence. So real life.
So you lose 1 life and go to 17,
Yep.
and you milled a non-land card. So the Rad Roach goes back to my hand, and Mothman says a counter goes on Jason Bright. And you no longer control the saga, so I get my zombie back too.
That sounds right.
It does sound right. Well, okay. This has gotten much worse. I will play a land.
Mhm.
Okay, for the first spell I'm going to cast, Warstorm Surge. This is like 8 million turns too late, but we're here for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
And then, the captain must always go down with his ship. So I'm going to cast Abaddon, the Despoiler. Trigger, deal 5 damage to Graham.
All right.
You're temporarily in the lead, Jan.
I know, I'm winning. I would like to take this moment to retire and on the throne. And I will pass turn.
All right. I will untap. I don't have an upkeep trigger anymore because Gam Gam is finally gone. But I will draw for the turn, and then I have my radiation. Strength Bobblehead and Feral Ghoul. So that's both my rads. I go to 14. And counters aplenty. So I'll put one on Mothman because, he's the reason for the season. And one on the zombie. Being this is Fallout, I think it's appropriate that we get to see an Alpha Deathclaw before we die.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield or becomes monstrous, I thought that was only becomes monstrous. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target permanent. So I guess I'll destroy Abaddon the Despoiler. Also, the Rad Stags evolve, which is real funny because then they also make 2 other Rad Stags. But regardless, I move to combat.
Yes.
I would like to attack you with a lot of different things.
I believe that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Wow, what a game, Graham. That was a barn burner.
This is the first time I've ever actually won with the Mothman.
Yeah, really.
So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah, you should. I'd say you went up to 75 there, so that was
Yup.
kind of crazy. Well, we had you all the way back down to 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was,
It's the deck is tenacious.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Speaking of tenacious, I thought I had one of the most insane rollouts I've ever had.
That was amazing.
And then just got systematically dismantled.
Yep.
Y'all just came for my throat and got it.
Too many wolves.
Too many wolves.
Too many wolves too quickly. How many cards did you have exiled with the Lost City? How many viable permanents? I'm really curious.
Yeah,
to
well,
know.
we can count because I did keep them separate. So let's see here. But in the meantime, somebody else should talk.
Yeah, it's my first time playing this deck. I think it's cool. Everything costs a lot.
Yes.
So I was having a hard time. I feel like, yeah, you kind of need Abaddon out to like make it worth spending your turn casting these big things. And I never actually got to a point where I could like. So I had it set up because Abaddon isn't when it deals damage. So like I had creatures where it's like, okay, if I have enough like 7 to cast Abaddon, I can attack someone for like 6 or 7, and then if I could cast this other 6-drop, it'll cascade. But I was like, I'm 1 mana short. So
Wow.
it's like, okay, do I just tap out and do nothing?
Yeah.
But I think it was cool. I like demons.
I could have hit 14 permanents.
That's a lot.
And one of them was a tally, which is terrifying.
Exactly. And it would have been 4 more off the top in order for me to hit.
I didn't know that
14
card
permanents.
existed until earlier today when you were like, this is one of the reasons I chose this deck. And now I am in love with that card.
I highly recommend it.
yeah.
It's a very sweet card.
Big fan.
I like this deck. I think it did a little bit of work, but I think Gisa and Geralf spent too much time fighting and not enough time punching.
I actually think your curse is one of the main reasons I wasn't able to run away with the game.
I think so.
Because if y'all hadn't kept generating zombies, I would have actually been able to attack.
Yeah. So, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Any case, folks, we just want to say thank you so much for watching this one. We want to thank Graham and Kathleen for having us out this week. If you haven't checked out all the crazy content we've been filming this week, check out Good Luck High Five. Check out EDH Hijinks. Check out Loading Ready Run MTG. But you're already here on Spike Feeder, so make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, I need like 25,000 more of you, and then I can retire because I'll have a play button and I can go home finally. They won't let me go home until I have a play button. In the meantime, we just got to thank GameGenic for sponsoring us, Burrito Splendido for feeding us, and you, our patrons, for going over to patreon.com/thespikefeeders, where for as little as $5 a month, we'll bring you 6 fully edited in-studio gameplay games per month. That's right, you can watch my beautiful face, or whatever you want to call it, on your screen 6 times a month. And if you have the spare cash, we would really appreciate it. In the meantime, though, have a great day.
Bye, everybody.